I've been up almost 48 hours minus 4 hours, maybe 4.5, because I couldn't fall asleep until I think 2:30, and then I had to wake up at 6. So yeah, 4.5 hours. Um, or was that 3.5? Well, I'm sleep deprived, so I'll use that as an excuse for my math skills. And so I feel half maybe of what Cory Booker probably felt today, because I wasn't in the hot seat. I wasn't speaking and, you know, like he had to like project, he had to like have the passion. I mean, he didn't have to. I think that you could see that just came naturally, and that's what fueled him. He even said that. And when you have that, when you have desperation, like it just pushes you forward. But who knows the pain that he was in mentally, physically, emotionally, all that stuff. I don't know. Everyone has their own different things. But that was so inspiring. That was so moving. History was made, the record was broken. 25 hours. He spoke. He had people ask questions and so forth, but he spoke, he stood for 25 hours and responded and spoke about things that he had in his agenda. And it was so inspiring. I'll cover that. I'll talk more about it on my live tomorrow on Wednesday, on YouTube, wherever this goes. If you're on YouTube, just click there. And I'm not even saying that like, oh, come, check that out, because it'll be probably at the beginning, but not an afterthought, but like probably not a big, huge deal. I'm not a political commentator. I don't cover politics, etc. But I think it's so moving. And it's one of those things that whether or not you're into politics, it's about the people. Politics, it's us. It's us. And I think we need to remember that more than ever. Politics is not something that someone else does. That's like us. We are the government. We are the government. We elect people to represent us. We are the government ultimately. And if we remember that, and if we realize the power we have in that, and if we realize how to come together when we've been driven apart systemically for so many, many, many decades, this country would have the most powerful comeback, would have the most powerful nation. We would be great if we realize that. If we don't go back, and it's not even going back. Right now, what's happening, it's not going back. Right now, what's happening is throwing everything out. It's crazy. But that's also inspiring. What he did was inspiring just in our daily lives. Just let that hit you. Having that passion. It's so crucial and so important. And if you don't want to apply it to politics, who am I to speak about it? Because I've been under a rock when it comes to politics. I've not really taken any political, anything stand. I've not been active in politics, in having an opinion, all that for years. I just want us to realize, to be moved, to come back alive as people, whether or not in politics or in your career, in your family. Like if you're able to if this is able to spark that spark again in you, where you are present with your family and you're enjoying time with your family like you've not done in so long, because you've been constantly distracted by all the moving pieces of politics and of work emails and all the stuff. Same with jobs and work. If we could do that and we ignite our passion again, don't let anyone make you believe, because it's gaslighting, it's false, it's manipulating, or at the very least, it's ignorance on their part. Don't let anyone tell you that passion is worthless and passion doesn't get you anywhere and passion doesn't put food on the table, because that's exactly what puts food on the table. Literally, before we had all of this, that was what drove people to hunt, to gather, to whichever one you believe, because even that people don't agree on. But that literally put food on the table when you had to survive, when you had to put food on the table. And that was the only thing. You didn't have like a computer desk job. You didn't have any other kind of, step to the step to the step. It was literally finding food. It was passion that was finding food. And courage, which, as Cory was saying, it was courage is not, and of course, like a lack of fear, but I think he was quoting or paraphrasing John Lewis. I feel like his hero, or one of his heroes, that fear is the predecessor to precursor. I don't know, sorry, brain not working very well. It's not making me very credible, but if you know that, we can all make mistakes and we can all have our brains in a mush and intertwined and entangled and we can't come up with words. But what I'm saying, I really I believe in, and I really want people to like at least hear it and consider it. Go watch, just put it in the background tomorrow, all day. Put, Cory's live from whatever source, just put it and let it run. You don't need to understand it. I didn't understand some of it. I didn't even hear some of it. I didn't, yeah, like hear and understand, but I was like, listen, I didn't listen. No, sorry. I was listening, but I didn't hear. Yeah. For some of it, because it was a long one. And again, I'm not really with politics right now. But it was inspiring. Let this inspire you. Let it spark passion in you. Do not be fooled by anyone who wants to keep you down for their gain. That, if you hear that and it strikes something in you, it strikes what is in your life that applies, because for everyone it can be different. Like I said, for some people it's political, for some people it's a job, for some people it's family, or being taken away from family time because you have, all this time that's like, scrolling online, or a job, or this or that, especially time that you technically do have control over, but you're making excuses because you're maybe burned out and you think, if I just finish this, if I just finish that, I'll have time then, or like, oh, I'll get let go from my job if I don't answer this email right now at 9 o'clock at night, or if I don't leave 2 hours later from work, etc., etc. Do not be fooled. Caution with that. Use your critical thinking, which is very hard when it's kind of been driven out and you've just been put into this fear process of like hamster wheel kind of thing. But it will speak to you however it needs to speak to you. His 25 hours on the Senate floor. Again, I am not someone that even watches the news. This was historical, it was monumental, and it goes beyond politics. And that's when it starts. That's what's missing in us. That's what we're feeling like something's missing. The government, first of all, the government is us. And right now it's not even us. We elected people that are not representing us. But besides that, like, I don't know. It's almost at the same time, ironically, an afterthought. It's one of those like paradoxes. You matter, and it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with us individually, healing and finding our passion and holding on to that. As simple as that sounds. I didn't know what I was going to say, and this is way longer than I intended, but here we go.